Alright guys, this is a new account. It's another community. It has a clubhouse. One of the units on the second floor, unit number 10, is saying is blowing cold air. So it's my very first time up here, taking a look at things and trying to figure out where things are. Looks like there's a couple units back there, but unit number 10, according to this, if it's labeled correctly, is here. According to these, though, I don't have unit number 10's power. And I already took this cover off, but down here I'm not getting any signal lights on here. Now, they were saying it was blowing cold air. When I got here, the fan was on, and it was on air conditioning with a lock box for the thermostat. But I think somebody was just playing with it. Number 30. That would be this one. So let me dig into this and see if I find anything interesting. Let's fire it up, see what happens. See, we'll get into steady flashes on both. Let's give it a second, and the next step will be to jump the stat, and then we'll see what happens. All right, let's do that. Let's see, we got W and R. Everything looks connected. Try jumping this again. I think it's time for new jumpers. I got a nice little half break there. But let's put her on. And I'm up in the attic by myself, so I'm not running to the truck. There we go. Move it. Should have cut off. Which it did. Put it back on. Click, click. Yeah, jumpers are actually acting a little wacky. There we go. Now let's see if she fires up. These aren't the greatest pieces of equipment to work on. Flame sensor is up in there, very difficult to get to. And the igniter is, we gotta take the cover off. And it's a little tricky to get underneath the screws. We got the igniter going. Flameage. Sure this blow is going. So I was getting two simultaneously slow flashes, which is this normal operation will call for cooling and continuous fan. And when I jump it out and fiddle with my jumpers, it's normal operation for heating demand. So far, so good. I'm gonna take you downstairs and show you the stat. Show you that it's calling. Well, next thing I'm gonna do is gonna take the stat off the wall and jump it from there and make sure it comes on. Make sure we don't have an issue with the 24-volt wire going down there. There you go. Blower's on. So let me take my jumpers down there. Take the stat off the wall and jump it. I got it jumped out at the stat, just on the sub base. And we got ignition. So I'm gonna condemn that thermostat. It's an old Honeywell anyway. Original to this place, which isn't that old, but she's bad. I'll go down there and show you the stat real quick. Old Honeywell. Never liked these thermostats. Energy Star. Right, I got it jumped right there. R&W. And she works. So I'm gonna go replace this bad boy. Probably put a Honeywell Pro 4000 in. Since they have a lockbox, they can control it and people can't mess it up. This unit works, I believe, this hallway, this little kitchen, little break room for the janitor, and women and men's room. And then there's separate units for this big ballroom. But yeah, let me go ahead and replace this stat and run it through its process and clean the flame sensor and check the igniter and everything else. I got to go ahead and put the new thermostat in. I got the power off emergency switch. As you can see, no power. And we're gonna go with the Honeywell Pro 4000. Keep it simple. Got the new Honeywell in. It's not 60 degrees in here. It's warmer than that. It's just the truck. With the stat was in the truck. It's cold outside. Got it set on 72. Heat on. And go upstairs and make sure everything's all right up there. Take my tools back up in the attic and clean the flame sensor and do a little quick maintenance on it. And that should be it. There's a couple other things you want me to look at, but pretty much that's how when I come to a no heat. First thing I do is turn on the thermostat, then go to the unit, make sure I got proper voltage coming in, power going to the board, which I did. Then I wasn't getting a call, so I just pretty much jump it at the board first. R&W would jump, it's a gas, natural gas, forced hot air, so just do R&W. And if it comes on, then come down here and jump it from the stat, make sure the wiring from here to the unit is good. And if it comes on down here, then we know it's a bad stat. So that's kind of the way I run things. So, all right, let me get up there. Turn the power back on. There we go. Should have 2 simultaneous fast flashes now. What should we do? Boom. So now I'm going to shut it off. You always want to clear these ports out, blow them out, double ports, 2 on each side. I'll show you what tool I use to get up in there. And then test the igniter. And make sure it's condensating and the drain's working. That'd be all she wrote on this one. Heat tape is working. So, and then they got some other things I need to look at in the pool room. And I'll show you a couple things in there. There's actually a job that I was at a few weeks ago. I haven't been able to get back there yet. couple things froze, and it's I'll show you. This little bad boy, this little ratchet. You can hook in any kind of size chucks, 1/4 inch obviously, to take off the flame sensor, but it just fits in there pretty good, where I'm able to hold underneath, hold it back, and ratchet that out. Other than that, only other way of really doing it is taking off this flex Fernco for the exhaust and getting in there, but it's a pain in the butt being 3 sides to get back on, and I learned the hard way that's not fun. So let me get her out and clean it. Alright, so I took apart the tubing, blew them out, everything's cleared, took the flame sensor out, cleaned that, checked the igniter, ohmed it out, everything's good, and the condensate line is good so far. So I'm going to let her run, make sure she's draining, and call this one a wrap. And I get to look around and see what else they got going on in here. Again, like I said before, this is my first time here. Got heat tape up in the attic. It's cool, but it's not that cold up here, but it's a good thing to have. Pretty cool stuff. I'm going to take it down to the pool room, boiler room, and show you what I found a couple of weeks ago. Another thing I have to repair, but I'm not going to do the repair today. I got more no heats and emergency stuff type to run. The repair that I'm going to do is actually to an outdoor pool. I guess when they were winterized, they weren't winterized properly by the pool company, and it froze inside on a cool day. Or they're not sure if the door to the outside, which is within 5 feet of this area that froze, that the door was open all night long, which I think it's more like that. I don't think it was the pool guy's fault. Anyway, it doesn't have to be done until the spring, and when it gets slow, I'll come back here and do it. Look at all this. What the heck? Huh. Note: beyond this point, each contain belt. Good luck. Okay. Thanks for the note, dude. Alright, yeah, this one's good. Let's talk a little loud. I know it's noisy in here, but this is the pool room, obviously. And you can see what chlorine and other chemicals corrode like crazy. Look at this flue pipe. It's kind of like a desert air system for the pool room, the sucker. Anyway, let me show you what happened over here. There's an outside water fountain. And I don't really remember where the burst was. Oh, right there. There's a burst under there. Can't see it, but see it bulges a little bit. So I got to repair that. And these 4 valves, these ball valves, these 1-inch valves, go to a spa and pool and stuff outside. And they cracked. One right there. 2 and 3. And this one hasn't cracked yet, but we're going to replace that. I'm not doing that today because it's not an emergency and they only leak when you actually turn them on. I'm also going to put a ball valve here That way, if this ever needs to be anything done, let me back up. If anything ever needs to be repaired here in this section again, you can isolate the water by turning it off here. Right now, the only way of doing that to make the repair, unfortunately, is to turn this main off, which then goes to other things. So, and I won't have to do that in the future. I mean, this is a shut-off valve for the spigot. There's another one down there too. That's fine. I definitely want to cut in a valve here, and for future issues. Really shouldn't be that hard of a repair. And I lost my flashlight down here at one point, so I'm gonna look around for it. But that's it for today. All right, guys. Talk to you later.